See, Gateway ICT Polytechnic Shark Party has a visionary leader, as characterized by our rector, Dr. Oyeyinka.
We thank God for the management skill of the rector, for giving us a good academic year and good calendar. Thank you very much.
I think so many parents don't have belief in public institution in Nigeria, but this is more or less a private public institution, where even private schools don't stand the excellence being produced in this school.
The environment is conducive for learning, and the lecturers are really trying. They're really giving us their best.
Majesty Records.
This is the Gateway ICT Polytechnic Shark Party in State.
The Gateway ICT Polytechnic Shark Party occupies a total land area of about 53 hectares, situated within Ishara, Ikbara and Ode, from where the name Shark Party was coined. The Polytechnic was formally commissioned by the then Governor of Ogun State, Otunba Gbenga Daniels, on the 22nd of June 2006. The institution is one of the four that was established by the state government in each of the socio-political zones of the state, and it is ICT-driven, meaning that all the courses of study on offer have high ICT content. In 2014, the then governor of Ogun State, Senator Ibikola Amosun, appointed Dr. Isaiah Oyeyinka as the rector of the institution. In 8 years, the school has witnessed tremendous growth. The rector, Dr. Isaiah Oyeyinka, speaks on the early years of his administration and vision for the school.
I resumed as the rector of Gateway Polytechnic Shark Party in July 2014, 7 years ago. When I came here, there was nothing much to write home about. The environment was very, very poor. The buildings were purely maintained. The number of programs on campus was very few, and the number of students was very scanty. There are a lot of debt. I also met staff salaries, allowances, some areas of many years ago that were not, but there were a lot of staff restfulness, and a lot of things were. So we get at work, and within the first year of my resumption, many of those issues about staff were resolved, and we have been on duty since then, and you will see the product of our efforts. For people that knows our school prior to my resumption here, they always notice a very wide difference. We aim at taking the school to be one of the best in Africa, not in Nigeria. In 2014, some people came to train us. When we say we want to be the best in Nigeria, they were laughing us to scorn. But by now, everybody that comes to this school, they know that at least in terms of our environment building, our program, type of our products, we are ranked among the best in Nigeria. And what our target is to be one of the best in Africa, to rank with institutions of our cadre, of our level, in Southern Eastern Africa, and maybe beyond Africa.
Dr. Oyeyinka says the operational objective and goal of the Polytechnic is irrespective of the course of study. every student ends up with a professional ICT certification in addition to either the National Diploma ND or the Higher National Diploma HND. He says the institution is living by its name in terms of information and communication technology. The rector says the Polytechnic has recorded tremendous breakthroughs since the establishment of the App Development Center and other system software. He speaks on some of the successes recorded thus far.
All our courses are accredited, fully accredited. All our programs, we have about 31 programs now, and all of them are fully accredited by the National Board for Technical Education. And in fact, we have another accreditation visit this September. The National Board for Technical Education is coming to re-accredit some of the programs that will be due and to do approval visit for about 7 new programs we are starting up this September. So they are coming. Early September they'll be here. So we have been up and doing in accrediting our course. We are 100% accredited. We have 2 major channels of lecturers and staff bringing forth their research results. But before I say that, we have quite a number of ways of encouraging researches. Number one, our labs are fully equipped. Our science labs are fully equipped. Our engineering labs are fully equipped. And many of the equipment we have there, you can do your research even up to PhD level. Most in this our science lab, you can visit the science lab and see what we have there. Then the engineering lab, our equipment there are one of the best in the Polytechnic in this Ogun State. Other schools come here and they see our lab. So we are fully equipped and we have funding. Apart from the fact that the TED Fund has put forward funding for research. Locally here in our own institution, we have voted money for people that want to do acceptable research. To when we look at them, if their research is acceptable, we fund it.
The last 8 years had witnessed various infrastructural developments. The rector, popularly known as Mr. Project, says he pledged to make the institution far better than he met it upon assumption. Some of the management team speak highly of the rector.
See, Gateway ICT Polytechnic Shakpadi as a visionary leader, as characterized by our rector, Dr. Oyeyinka. Because of his transformational leadership style, I believe that when parents come to this place, they can see for themselves consistent growth and development. In the next couple of years, the Gateway you see today is not the Gateway you will see again.
We want to thank the rector for giving us a good environment and good managerial skill to be able to blend academic work with skill acquisition. It has been very helpful, and we thank God for the management skill of the rector for giving us a good academic year and good calendar. Thank you very much.
The rector says the vision of the Polytechnic is to be one of the best in Africa and around the world, especially in the area of academic excellence and skills acquisition.
And don't forget that this is a Polytechnic. We first want to focus on skill acquisition, which is lacking in the nation now. Many of the skills are not there anymore, and that's why students will come out of institutions, they will be useless to themselves and to the nation because they don't have any skill. So the first thing we are targeting is equipping our graduates with skills. So His Excellency, the Governor of Ogun State, Dr. Dapo Abiodun, have also told us when he came for convocation that the target of the government is to build engineering. He would have preferred this place to be a center of excellence in engineering, and that's what we are
targeting seriously. Basically, the center is focused on giving students additional skill apart from their theoretical work in the class. By the virtue of the vision of the rector of the school, I'm talking about Dr. Oyeyinka, is of the opinion that any student that will graduate from the Polytechnic must learn at least one skill. And for this section, 2020-2021 academic section, we came up with an idea that the center is going to build a particular structure in which students will be given opportunity of learning one skill or the other. We started from 2019-2020 academic section. Students were exposed to how to mold blocks. So we did training on molding of blocks. But this particular section, we are working on block setting, German floor, and as well as tiling of the floor. As you can see, students working already, they are learning how to set block and how to do German floor. I mean, altogether, like about 3,750 students were trained last section. This section, we are around 2,000 plus for now, and the training is still running for the next 1 week.
Within the 16 years of its existence, the Polytechnic has had the good fortune of having got full accreditation approval of the National Board for Technical Education (NBTE) of over 35 ND and HND programs. The Polytechnic is an accredited academy of Cisco International. It trains and awards professional certificate in CCNA and IT Essentials on the license of Cisco. This move has afforded graduates to go out with 2 certificates, ND-HND and Cisco Professional Certificate.
I have mentioned it once that we are looking at actually floating those programs in tandem with the program of the National Board for Technical Education. They have a syllabus for it. And you know, the skills that we mentioned that we train the students on are the skills that are on that NSQ programs. So what we plan to do is maybe in the coming session we are actually going to float those programs so that our students can actually have some certificate courses while they are on campus. Maybe during the holiday they will come for those courses. They will be certificated according to the MBT program, and they will have acquired the skills by the time they are graduating. Then also outsiders will be exposed to that also. We will make it open. So it's still, we are still in a very serious planning stage.
No doubt the aesthetics of Gateway ICT Polytechnic is breathtaking. The rector speaks on the interventions made on the Polytechnic environment. He says a lot of work has been put together by every stakeholder.
The government has provided environment that allow us to thrive. So because of the way the government has encouraged us, actually not only in this place, all the higher institutions in Ogun State, you will see that the state is actually advancing educationally. Most of our institutions are well managed, the students are well behaved, and the products that are coming out of our schools now are well grounded, because the government itself has taken a position that will allow for growth. So apart from that, the government has they have a lot of programs in place. For example, they are doing a replica. This His Excellency our governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, he has put in place a replica of TED Fund in Ogun State. So we call it Ogun State TED Fund, where it will come, we have started. It will give us some fund to do fiscal projects. So those are the things we needed, and he's just a different person entirely, because he put in place things that will allow you to grow, things that will allow you to function. All the stumbling block that we have has been removed.
The University Don also weighs in on the B.Sc-HND dichotomy. He says it will be challenging for Nigeria to achieve maximally the technological status it seeks to achieve if the dichotomy of the B.Sc-HND is not addressed. He says the story is different outside the country.
The fact is that the concept of the society is on degree, paper degree. Go to the university, get your degree, you are placed on a white-collar job, and you will continue with life. And when you come out with an HND degree, then you are discriminated against. If the discrimination is not totally removed, then that trend will be difficult to reverse. But as I've said, if graduates are coming out of the Polytechnic with good skills, definitely that situation will be reversed very soon. But as I said, Nigeria system is what encouraged that. And the government, the present government, the federal government has restated their commitment to removing that dichotomy between HND and B.Sc. Those many private organizations have not bought into that. Until that dichotomy is totally removed, nobody will see reason why they should come to the Polytechnic instead of the university. But elsewhere in the world, in some countries of the same sector of Polytechnic university, students prefer going to Polytechnic than going to university.
For students, they say there is no disruption in the school's academic calendar. They urge parents to bring their wards to campus, as there are no issues of cultism here.
I advise students that they should not be bothered about maybe the rumors they are hearing or anything. During my stay in the campus for like 2 months, I've not heard anything about cultism at all. But just get to Polytechnic, ICT is very safe and conducive for their wards. Just to make sure they come here and meet their wards here.
My advice is for them is that they should bring their child or ward to Gateway Polytechnic, ICT Polytechnic sharp. But since I've been in the school, there's not even form of casualties or cultism fighting here and there. It's not only deals with the learning. They deal more of ICT also. Not only the certificate of the what you came to study here, you also gain the certificate of ICT, which they are going to teach you here also.
The school is quite encouraging, so you can also as well encourage your child to come and school here. Because like since when I've been here, I've not seen anything like fights or maybe anything like cultists or this or that. Yeah, everywhere around here is fine.
Dr. Oyeyinka speaks on some of the notable achievements the school has recorded. He says it aims to educate and train individuals to acquire relevant skills, knowledge and experience necessary to advance the economic, social and cultural development of Ogun State in particular, Nigeria and the world in general.
I may not be able to itemize all, but it's very feasible. The achievement is very feasible, and I do also believe in blowing my horn, let it not be too loud. So, but let me just tell you one or two things. I told you the other time that I made the environment very, very unacceptable. We'll be able to upgrade the environment, then the infrastructures are also be upgraded, and a lot of infrastructures have been added, and the infrastructure we are adding are world-class standard. We are not even using Nigerian standard. So they are world-class standard. For example, the buildings they are building are what you can compare with whatever you find elsewhere outside this country. We have also been able to move the number of students from the very small number to, I said 1,000 when I came in. As at the last session, we were around 7,000, and don't forget that we cannot outgrow the National Board for Technical Education guideline. They will give us a carry capacity. We cannot outgrow the carry capacity. So what we do is to grow our programs.
You know, this internal quality assurance deals with all processes and activities that monitors and maintains the standard of education, the quality of education. You know, we want to improve the quality of education of our students so that the graduates that will be churning out, you know, will be employable. So we want to improve their employability. Okay, how do we do this? There are different instruments that we use to attain that. The first one is that we monitor our academic staff, that is our lecturers. You know, we monitor their development. How do they go to conferences? Do they write journals? Do they, you know, do they keep abreast of what is happening in the country? Okay, so we monitor that, and we also organize conferences so that, you know, sometimes they are so busy to go outside, so we organize in-house conferences to keep them abreast of what is happening in the economy. The second one is that we monitor the instructional materials, the textbooks. Are they recent, so that somebody will not go and bring a textbook of 20 years ago? You know, so many things have changed. So we want to monitor these instructional materials and see that they are up to date. And these are the things that we want to use to teach our students. The third one is that we want to monitor the environment of where these students learn. You know, if you are not in a sane and clean environment, you know, we say that cleanliness is next to godliness. Okay, so we want to improve on the environment, and as you can see all around, the environment has greatly improved. The environment is beautiful, and then the management now went ahead to inaugurate Gaposa Iko. In the last matriculation ceremony, the management inaugurated Gaposa Iko. What do? That Gaposa Iko consists of members of staff and students of the Gateway ICT Polytechnic, and what they do is that, you know, they have this statutory responsibility of cleaning the environment, of keeping the environment clean. So we have so many offenses that we categorize as the environmental and traffic offenses. You know, everything that we negate, that will not allow us to achieve these things that we want to, this quality of education that we want to achieve, constitutes the environmental and traffic offenses. It includes the honking of cars in the school compound, you know, littering the school campus, crossing of lawns, you know, so many things that will make our campus also look beautiful like those private institutions. You know, when you are disciplined, then I know that when you are employed, you also be disciplined. There are so many little things that can make you be disciplined. So we want them to be disciplined. We want them to be able to compete with other graduates all over the world, not only in Nigeria, whether it is a private institution or a public institution.
All the leakages have been blocked, and the money go through directly to the account of the polytechnics. So we'll be able to take that money from that boss directly and do whatever you want to do. Because if there's a leakages, the money cannot be accumulated and it cannot be achieved for what they have. That's the basis. And everything here is transparency. So if there's no transparency, if there's a transparency in whatever you want to do, people can achieve. And that integrity is also part of it. If you don't have integrity, you cannot achieve. And even director, let's say director, or part of all the management also. If director, particularly rector's integrity, is protected, so we make everything easier for us. Even the accountant here, if there's no integrity and no transparency, we cannot go to our house and sleep, because we'll be afraid of leakages and other embezzlement every time whatever the people are saying on the accounting basis, we are free to say anything at anywhere. So that is the purpose of what we can achieve.
The academic says the school is not ruling out the place of renewable energy. He gives insight on the steps taken so far.
One of the programs that we've been trying to start is renewable energy engineering. We have been on it for some time. We have bought all the equipment. We have equipped the laboratories for that. So we're going to invite them for that. Then some other, like our mass comm, we have ND mass comm, we will do HND. Some HND program are due also. You know, the way it is that when you start the ND program, after some years, you will start the HND. So we have some HND program we want to start, but there are some other new programs at ND levels apart from renewable engineering.
All the students speak on why Gateway ICT Polytechnic is different from other institutions.
And this is a school, a citadel of excellence, that they impact knowledge to us in a conducive and serene environment in which is suitable for all and it's age-free. The school is one of the best in the country as I'm concerned so far. I think so many parents don't have belief in public institution in Nigeria, but this is more or less a private public institution. A private public institution where even private schools don't stand the excellence being produced in this school, and the heart of facility in this school are world best.
This is my first time coming to this school because I also obtained for the form for HND microbiology. We're looking at the environment of this school is very, very conducive, and I must say they are really very good in what they are doing here. So based on what I'm seeing here, I think I'm good to go with my academic performance here. I received a lecture last week and I must say the lecturers are really trying.
The rector showers encomium on the visitor of the Polytechnic, Prince Dakbo Abiodun, having fulfilled some of the promises made to the institution.
Yes, when His Excellency came here, in fact, he was happy with us and he really encouraged us with what he said. And we have, since then, we have improved that place a lot and we have equipped that place a lot. In fact, I want you to get there. We have just taken delivery of some mechanical equipment again, apart from the ones that were there. There are new ones that we are installing presently. They just dropped it yesterday. So we are really equipping that place because the governor gave us his vision and said that he really wants us to concentrate on engineering, mechanical, electrical, and other engineering. That's the way the nation should go. That's where the state should go. And we have keen to his vision and we are pursuing it seriously.
During the visit to the institution, the visitor and governor of the state, Prince Dakbo Abiodun, is left in awe of the Polytechnic. He showers encomium on the rector. With a mission to promote ICT as an instrument of mass education, provide ICT-driven quality education, and to empower individuals to be competent and reasonable citizens who value education as a lifelong process, Dr. Isaiah Oyeyinka bows out as a fulfilled administrator who turned the fortunes of the Gateway ICT Polytechnic Shakbade for good.